Hello everyone. Let's connect today with a new connective as an illustration. As an illustration, to put it simply, means, for example. We use examples to demonstrate what we say is true and to clarify. So, as an illustration is a connective phrase that comes under the category of clarifying connectives or transition words. Such transition words and phrases are used to explain what was started in the previous sentence. Hi, I am Archanakalele from Good to Excellence. We are your online partner to learn IELTS, PT, CELPIP, TOEFL and English communication. Please call us on the displayed number for your learning needs. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Like and share the video if you find it useful and press the bell icon to get notified. So let's start. In today's video, we are going to see as an illustration the noun form, the verb form, punctuation, similar phrases, summary, and of course the quiz. So stay till the end of the video. An illustration is a picture or a diagram used to explain text in a story or teaching material. Pictures we see in posters, flyers, magazines or textbooks are examples of illustrations. A picture on a wall is a picture, but a picture in a book related to the story is an illustration. The purpose of an illustration is to explain or give people visual information. So, when we use illustration transitionally in our writing, we use it to explain by example. Illustration is a noun. The act of adding pictures or diagrams is the verb illustrating. The transition phrase as an illustration is used to tell the reader that an explanation is coming up. Phrases with illustration are as an illustration, by way of illustration, to illustrate. Let's illustrate the use of this phrase with a few example sentences. As an illustration, he told us an incident from his personal life. To illustrate, take the case of the Smiths family. Sam told us about the time he got cheated by way of illustration. He used the example of carpooling as an illustration of how to reduce traffic congestion. He narrated the story of Beauty and the Beast by way of illustration. Now, similar phrases are, for example, for instance, as an example, by way of example. What we will do now? We will see the same sentences by using these phrases. As an example, he told us an incident from his personal life. For instance, take the case of the Smiths family. Sam told us about the time he was cheated as an example. For instance, carpooling can reduce traffic congestion. He narrated the story of Beauty and the Beast by way of example. As an illustration or related transitive phrases are used to give examples of situations and incidents rather than things. For example, broccoli, for instance, is rich in calcium. This is the right sentence. Now we will see the next sentence. Broccoli, as an illustration, is rich in calcium. It's the wrong sentence. So, as an illustration is used to clarify someone's words by quoting examples. These examples may be incidents, situations, quotations. Now, let's take a look at the punctuation used in such sentences with the phrase as an illustration, to illustrate, or by way of illustration. As an illustration is a dependent phrase, and when we start a sentence with such a phrase, we use a comma. Example, as an illustration, comma, he quoted from the work of Dr. Johnson. Conversely, when we start the sentence with an independent clause, we do not need to use a comma before as an illustration. We will check it in example. He quoted from the work of Dr. Johnson as an illustration. Here's one more example. To illustrate her story, comma, Molly chose a film clip about dolphins. Or, Molly chose a film clip about dolphins to illustrate her story. Now, in the middle of a sentence, illustrate does not need a comma before or after it. Check these examples. Molly recounted several similar instances to illustrate her point of view. Molly recounted several similar instances as an illustration of her point of view. And of course, to illustrate means creating diagrams or pictures for text or fictional writing. For example, I will be very busy for the next 2 months. I have to illustrate a children's storybook. Or, he added caricatures of famous personality as illustrations. One more example, I love the illustrations in the children's dictionary I just bought. So this is about this expression. So let's quickly recount the main points of our lesson today. Summary time. As an illustration is a clarifying transition phrase used to explain or demonstrate what has been said. In other words, it means to make clear by adding pictures or examples. Similar phrases are to illustrate or by way of illustration. To illustrate his point about Shakespeare's style, he quoted several lines from Macbeth. As an illustration is separated by a comma at the start of a sentence, but not in the middle and end of the sentence. Illustration or to illustrate may be replaced by as an example, for instance, by way of example. I hope you find it easy to add this transition phrase to your writing or speaking. This is not very commonly used in everyday language, but to enhance your writing or in formal speaking, you can add such phrases to give your words flavor. So, it's a quiz time now. You pause your video and take the quiz. How did that go? I am sure that was easy. Hope you found today's video helpful. And if you have found it helpful, like and share the video. Subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to get notified. I will see you again in the next video. Till then, bye.